You've probably found water on your footwells, or you've opened up your boot and found the spare wheel area all wet, or your carpet's wet, or you've seen some water dripping from somewhere, maybe where it shouldn't be, from the dashboard, or you've got a musky, swampy smell that smells horrible, or you may have found some mould, or just inadvertently found the carpets wet and thought that somebody spilt something. Occasionally people find water because they've got terribly well steamed up windows and water running down the windows. Certain times a year it's really bad, and sometimes even ice. And occasionally you get people that have got electrical problems and they don't put the connection together straight away, but then they realise the electric windows aren't working, or there's a warning lights come up on the dashboard because there's water being found or in and around your electrics. So besides the swampy, damp, mouldy smell, which is usually follows with the water that's been in the car for a while, you also get the mould that goes with it. Usually you find if it is smelling like that, then there will be mould somewhere in the car. So mould can cause the spores and get into your nose and make you not very well, or you think you've got some kind of cold thing that keeps coming back and it's not very nice. So that's another problem, as well as the main problem is electronics. Most cars have got gadgets for everything now, and a lot of those electronics are low in the car. You'll find that airbag control units, which are set the airbag off, are often under the seats, and if the car's wet in the front, then you'll find that the carpet is quite thick, and usually you find on a lot of these cars it could even be that the carpet's thick, but then also underneath you've got this thick foam which holds water. It's quite surprising how much water can be underneath the carpet. If you haven't seen anything dripping, it's probably because the carpet surface is wet because it's been filling up from underneath. So even if the electrics aren't in the water, which sometimes they can be, the car creates a little ecosystem, and the water goes around and runs down your windows and gets the top part of the car wet. And of course you can have then other electronics, like even behind the dashboard, or all sorts of places they put electronics in cars now, can be affected. The other thing, of course, is rust and corrosion. Obviously if the car's sitting in water and the seat bolts are going straight through the floor pan of the car to hold the seats in place, of course they're one of the things that gets corroded and can cause problems later. So what you're going to do about it, there's several options. You could go for the DIY option, which is what we suggest at the start, is just to have a quick look to see if there is something quite obvious. It might even be that you actually look and see what's wrong, and that may be that make things a lot easier for you. There are videos and guys on YouTube that will tell you what they've found. There may be something related to your car. We've made a video that helps you with that, so there is on our website a DIY video for help and advice for those people who are also a little bit further away than the southeast. Another option might be to go to a garage. Some garages are a little bit less keen to deal with the cars like this because water leaks can be a difficult subject, and not all garages are geared up with drying products and drying machines, as well as they're not all geared up with all the tools and things that you need sometimes. It's sometimes off the radar a little bit, which is why, if you speak to an experienced garage or a dealer, they're often have had stories and give you stories of cars that have been a real difficult thing to deal with, and visions of people with cars for 2 or 3 days with hose pipes running on them. We've heard all kinds of stories, but it doesn't mean you can't take it to a garage. Of course, then if you're living the other side of the country and you've got to try and find a garage, what I would suggest is do a little bit of homework the best you can and help the garage with your problem. You may even have to do the drying yourself and say, well, look, I can do the drying because most of the garages don't have the drying facilities. So you might even have to ask the garage to remove the seat for you, and get the carpet up and get your wet vac and shampoo the water out of it. And there are products out there for killing mould, and there's other videos on our website that tell you all about that. Or simply, if you are in our area and you're thinking of coming to us, we're based in the southeast. You've got our contact details on our website as well as prices to give you an idea. What we have is a worked out system that we take people through. We ask you a series of questions which goes on our system, and then we do a water leak diagnostic service, so we can then assess what the problems are and then guide you into what we think the best solutions will be. So you might want to watch a few more videos before making a decision as to whether to come to us. Have a look at where we are and work out your logistics, and then simply give us a call and we'll take you through our process.